Welcome back, guys. Today we are reviewing a Gelu 12-way fuse box from Amazon. Yes, Amazon. Be surprised what boating goodies they have on Amazon. So, it's very good. I've got quite a few accessories for the boat because I've got the A-frame going on probably in the next couple of months or so. Without this Busbar panel, fuse box, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be hard to wire stuff in the way I want it to be wired in. So let's pop that to one side. So yeah, fuse box, 12-way. First initial thoughts is it's very, very good quality. It's quite a bit of weight to it actually. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. So the way that I look at things, if an electronic device is heavy, to me, that means it's good quality. But until it's on the boat, time will tell. So as you can see, we've got the removable cover, which just pops off like so. Seems very, very hardware and plastic, which is good. So at first glance, I quite like it. I really like it. Whether it compares well to more expensive ones that you can buy for, say, probably, I don't know, between £40 and £80, I don't know, until it's on the boat and I start using it. Again, I don't know. But it looks okay. So whether these are stainless steel poles is another question. Whether it starts to rust within the first couple of months, that's a possibility. That's then when I might start looking at a more expensive unit to upgrade. So we've got 6 slots here and then 6 slots here. So you've got quite a few options to wire in what you're looking to wire in. So the plan is to go VHF, nav lights, 360 nav light or anchor light, the stereo, probably the bilge pump, but I'd prefer the bilge to be wired straight into the battery because ultimately this panel is going to be isolated and I don't really want to isolate the bilge pump. I want that sort of wired in 24/7. So, and then I've got lots of spares to wire in other bits and bobs as well. So if I get bored later on in the year and think, oh, I could do with that on the boat, then I've got options to wire in more devices later down the line. So we've got these red LEDs here, so when the fuse blows it should then light up to make it easier to identify which fuse has blown. So it looks pretty good so far. Really, really good. So I'm quite happy with that. What we've also got is the 4 mounting screws. Again, not sure they're stainless steel. They look stainless steel. But again, time is going to tell over time whether they start to rust or not. So they do actually stick out a little bit far. So the plan is to get a block of wood, block it, put this to the block of wood so the screws aren't going to be protruding out through the console, because the last thing we want is screws going through the fiberglass and then the gel coat. I've seen a couple of boats before where screws are too long and you've just got the tip of the screw just protruding through and then ultimately cracking your gel coat, which we don't want that. We don't want that at all. So yeah, it's looking good. And then we've got a random assortment of fuses, which I think we're going to have probably 5, 10 and 20 amp fuses. So the blue one, 15 amp. We've got 5 amp. And that's 10 amp. So it's a variety of fuses, which is good. And it's always good to have spare fuses in the boat as well. So you never know when you're going to need a spare fuse, or if you're out with your friends and they've got a blown fuse, it's good to carry spare fuses in the boat. So it looks good. It does look good. And it's a very snug fit, I must say. So there's no chance of the fuses just coming loose. It's very, very snug in there, which is what we like. Very happy with that. Also in the package, we've got some stickers. So when the cover is on there, you can label up what the devices are that are wired into the unit. So if you've got your VHF radio, you peel that off of here and then pop it onto that one there. If you've got your nav lights, you would pop it onto that one there, and so on, so on. So it's really, really good to identify which is which, so you're not tracing wires and thinking, oh, I can't remember which way round is wired into, etc. So, but for the money, I think I paid around £15-16 from Amazon. Got it on Prime next day delivery. I think it's just a generic fuse box which is used in camper vans, RVs, self-home van conversions. So I think for small loads, it's going to be fine. If he was putting it into, say, a bigger boat, like a massive yacht, you're not going to be using one of these. You're going to be using one which is more substantial, one to take a higher output and input voltage. So I think, for the money and the quality, I think it's not bad at all. I'll be completely honest. It's not bad at all. So once I get it wired into the boat, I'll then do another update with it all wired in, and if it works, I've not tested it yet, but I'll be sure to test it before then wiring everything into it first. And the last thing, we've got the installation manual. So it just shows, I think, the measurements, which are all the poles, which is to load and to negative and that sort of stuff. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, and I will update in a few months' time when it's all wired in and do another honest review. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.